mind continuously move without any disruption by the thoughts we are attached, by the past impressions that pops up in the mind. Do you understand? That popping up is pertaining to the impurity of the mind. Continue the journey. You see this space? In fact, the space is awareness. Oh, yes, we did it on Saturday. So, in that awareness, you pick a point in this space. What that means? It's a natural focus. The fourth state. You're a seeker, and then you say with understanding, Om Shanti. It explodes the mind. That explosion, we say, where the meditator, the sense of the doership of the meditation drops. My friends, continue. Doing nothing, remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, David and Jerry?
That was really good. Um, from, I would say, the breathing exercise through the rest of it, the word that comes to mind is very efficient. There was no obstacles in the breathing. It was very smooth and deep, and that seemed like it was 3 minutes long. It was wonderful.
Wonderful. Beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Humility, I really, that just resonated, I guess, when I do find myself somewhat pulled out. Just kind of humbly bowing to that nature, right? And bringing yourself back in. So really like that. I noticed the eyes felt very moist through the practice. And I had a lot of light through the Om Shanti. And as soon as you pulled us back and back and back as you directed us, it just was colorless and space. It was great.
Beautiful. You pointed out the entire Eastern wisdom. I think I covered in 2 sessions. One is Mangala Charan, creating an auspicious moment, and humility. And the reason behind is that Master said, do you know your real self? No. Do you want to know? Yes. So from not knowing to knowing, I should keep aside my ego. That results in humility. So that is the basic understanding. Sometimes people touch the feet of a master, and then they start backbiting. What kind of humility is this? You see this, so that should not be there for my own progress, not the progress of a teacher. How are you, Terry? Yes, let you wait. Yes,
Oh,
open up. Yeah, take your time. In the meantime, we will talk to Christina.
okay.
You open.
That was wonderful. I really have taken into account the humility part, which was beautiful hearing you say and remind me. So it kind of made me, I don't know if I actually smiled during the meditation, but I felt it.
Yeah, good.
That is something I've been focusing on, and I've seen it. I've seen it, and it makes me get really hot and sweaty because it makes me feel very warm, and I know that I'm doing the right thing by embracing the humility. So
You are
thank you for that.
changing, you are evolving. You see, in Eastern wisdom, we don't say that we will treat your problem. You just start the journey. Why? There is no problem at all. You think, you understand there is a problem. But in reality, there is no problem. How are you? Yes, yes, Terry is there.
I'm there. I was thinking a lot about humility, and I don't think I've achieved it. I was thinking about ego, and I was very distracted by the motion of the body, which
Okay.
I can't control. So I tried to sit in the little space between the palms inside the uh, bottom of the ribs.
But after some time, you were stable.
No, it's continued. It's still continuing. And I was wondering if it's because it always happens at 11 o'clock, or is it because it always happens when I try to do the neos? I can't figure it out. But I'm calmer than I would normally be under the circumstance.
Good, good. She
And
thinks a lot. She contemplates. That's the one most beautiful thing in her. Now you have to contemplate and reflect on two things which David realized in few sessions before. I'm talking of stillness in the body. I'm not talking of stillness of the body.
Okay.
So when you reflect on stillness in the body, it is independent of the body. Let the body move. How can you make
Yes.
the body still? Cells are working, blood is pumping, heart is working, breathing is happening. Every cell is moving. Some young people know that mitochondria and those cells are always constantly at work. We are talking of stillness in the body. How are you, Sam?
I'm really good. I felt an ease of the practice that I've been noticing, with consistency, which has been great. One thing that and this is a little bit about today's practice, but more preparing for the practice, is I realized that when I first got back to New York, I was having, work meetings and other things before we would practice. I would get on and my mind would be very amped up, and then we would meditate. And what I tried today was about, a half hour before we started, I started doing the deep, slow breathing while I was reading a book. And then I got on and I did the deep, slow breathing when you talked to us for a half hour, and then all of the obstacles were gone by the time it was time to practice. So I think my thing has been just reducing friction in the practice and everything else in my life. So that's what I've
Beautiful.
got.
That is one way to become a seeker. You are prepared, means you are conscious. You are aware that I have to reach to the final step. And whether you do it with the breathing, whether you reflect on the principle, whether you wait for meditation, there are 100 millions of ways. So that helps us a great deal. Beautiful. How are you, Kate?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Girish. I'm well. I found myself leaning in to the practice today, kind of leaning in. So that was, and
Beautiful.
it was very quick.
Very quick. You are totally, instantly absorbed deeper within. Yeah, that's another point. You see that? You do one practice, but everyone has a different experience. So that tells us the state of our mind. So these, to become a seeker, that's what we are learning, these 9 primary steps, 3 hidden practices, and the rest of that. One thing is which one suits you and which one you do it. Before it starts. Beautiful. How are you, Antoinette?
Very good. That was very peaceful. At a point, I felt like I wasn't sending my breath down my limbs. I wasn't even aware of that, and felt weightlessness, but heaviness at the same time.
Having. Okay. That's beautiful. That's another good experience.
Yeah.
How are you, Ashok?
Namaste, sir. I'm good and in peace.
Okay, now the piece has started coming. Not only you are watching, but everyone in the group is watching. I love it. Yeah, now the piece has started coming. You see that? No,